Cade, you're going home to play a football game. I'm sure former teammates, high school friends, everybody wants to reach out. But how do you kind of cancel out all of that outside noise and focus just on the task at hand?
Yeah, obviously I've had quite a few people reach out to me in the last week and a half. I think like last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, just kind of embrace it and kind of just got to sit there and enjoy just the feeling of, hey, I'm getting to go home and the guys I'm getting to be playing, the people that are going to be there, and just kind of enjoyed that for 1 or 2 days, and then after that, really just kind of set my mind on the task at hand, and it's one thing to kind of know where you're going to be playing, but at the end of the day, the ball is going to get set, and you got to go focus on the job right in front of you. So kind of enjoyed it for a little bit, and then locked in on the people we're playing, and really just focused on the team that we're playing, and that's kind of been my mindset since last Tuesday. And but obviously excited to go home. I think that I've kind of drifted away and really just kind of focus on the preparation that comes with it since then. But I think once I get there, it'll definitely be a little wild, flying into that airport and making that drive and stuff. And yeah, it'll be cool.
Cade, you played Quinn in high school, is that right?
Yeah.
What were the circumstances, and what do you remember about that? And were you two friendly at the time, because you both had, college football profiles that we're going to get to?
Yeah. Quinn and I go way back. We played each other in 7th or 8th grade and 7-on-7 and stuff, and then met my junior year in the state championship game, and it was definitely a very high profile game. My head coach was the father of Quinn's head coach, so they called it the Dodge Bowl, and then Quinn and I playing against each other. It was a really cool deal, and it was really fun to experience that. At the time he was committed to Ohio State, and it was definitely a really cool game, and it was a fun one for sure. But yeah, and then we saw each other at Elite 11 and at the regional, I guess what you would call it. Saw each other there and then hung out. That was really the first time we've really got to spend a lot of time together, and hung out for a week at Elite 11, and then spent some more time this summer at Manning Passing Academy. So we've definitely got a great relationship, and got to know Arch a lot this summer. Great guy, and love both those dudes. They're both just great guys that love ball, and they're going to have great careers, and excited to see them on Saturday for sure.
Cade, are you planning on wearing the cowboy hat as usual? I mean, it seems like it would be very fitting for this game.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't think I will be this week. Maybe for the Cotton Bowl, but I don't think I'm going to this week. I don't know. I think that might be trying a little bit too hard right there. So just gonna kind of rock another fit and get going. So.
Did you grow up a Texas fan, going to a bunch of games?
I actually didn't. Both my parents went to Texas A&M, so I grew up going to a lot of A&M games. A lot of my family went there. My dad's brother went there. Pretty much my whole mom's side went there. All of her siblings and cousins and stuff. And my sister went there. So kind of grew up going to a lot of A&M Texas games in that game. So, but as I kind of got older and into high school and stuff, kind of that kind of childhood dream school, just kind of started going away a little bit. I guess I just started getting older a little bit, and recruiting started getting more serious. So, but went to definitely went to some Texas games just growing up and stuff, and cool atmosphere. Loved the traditions there. But Clemson was kind of home for me, and I knew it the whole time. It was the only school I felt at peace about, and Coach Swinney and the coaching staff here. So, but yeah.
And I know obviously lots being made of you versus Quinn, but I think you have 4 former high school teammates that play for the Longhorns now.
Yep, I do. Yeah, 4 of great friends of mine. Obviously Michael Taff, 16, their safety. Been playing with since I was in third or fourth grade. Maybe it was on the first football team I was ever on, and then played in a couple state championships together. So definitely excited. Just texting him earlier last week, and it's gonna be cool. And then Ethan Burke played. He was on my team as well. Colton Vosick. We had both of them at defensive end my senior year. Got both of them on there. Ethan's playing a lot. And then Connor Robertson, offensive lineman. He was my, right guard at Westlake. He's there, and then Bryce Chambers, receiver for him. I might be missing one, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So, yeah, it'll be fun to see those guys. I haven't seen them in a while, and have great relationships with all those guys, and it'll be cool.
Do you think you'll have a chance to show any of your teammates where you played high school ball? With the schedule, or?
Probably not. I wish I could, but probably not. I think that, kind of where we're staying and stuff, that'll be tough, so, but it's all good.
Cade, it's been 9 days since the ACC title game. If you have a different perspective on how those last 16 seconds unfolded? It seemed like a dream sequence almost that, you can't say that it ever really would happen, but it did.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was 16 seconds I'll definitely never forget. It was really cool. I think there was a really special moment for our whole team, and it's just kind of everything came together, and it was really special. It was a really cool moment, and it was awesome looking back on. I mean, just we saw a highlight video that Coach Swinney showed us of the game. We normally show like a highlight video on Monday of the next 2 days later, and we showed that on Wednesday as a team, I'm pretty sure. And I'm just it's just every time I see that in that game, it'll put a smile on my face. So it was a really cool moment.
You guys are undefeated on the road this season, but you guys are also 0-2 against SEC teams, I guess. How does that kind of play back to you guys, the underdog mentality, kind of heading into this game, for instance?
Yeah, we've been successful on the road, and that's something that I definitely strained this offseason and wanted to change going into this season, just from last year to this year. And but yeah, I mean, you gotta love it. That's what college football is. Playing in front of 100,000 people and everybody's against you, and that's fun. It's really fun times, and but it'll be exciting. A great opponent. Texas being the SEC now, just they've had a heck of a year. So watching the tape, they're solid on defense everywhere. They got a great defense, one of the best in the country, and will definitely be a really fun opponent to go against. Yeah, it's been fun to. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like they give up many big plays. Is that just a product of their coverage?
Yeah.
Sit back.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to keep everything in front of them. They got a lot of speed on the back end, and that's kind of what they do. They're trying to, the safeties will get, 15, 20 yards back at times. Corners will definitely play some catch and get out of there. So they're trying to limit big plays, keep everything in front of them, and make tackles, because that's what they're good at. They're good at making tackles in space, and they want to make you put drives together, make you take the 4 yards over and over. So that's who they are, and that's what they're really good at. And teams have, had trouble trying to, maybe force it at times to get it downfield when maybe in the third or fourth quarter when they haven't been able to. So they're really strong in their back end for sure. They're strong everywhere. But really strong in the back end, 2 great safeties, great corners. So they're gonna lean on that a lot.
We'll take a moment to take a couple virtually. Let's go first to Greg Sherman. Greg, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Cade. Greg Sherman, Mr. Bowtie's Texas High School Sports Machine. Met and covered you a lot when you were playing at Westlake. A couple questions. First off, talk about the uniqueness for Central Texas on Saturday, because you're coming home to play Texas. A lot of Austin guys playing in that game. And then number 2, about the fact that both Vandegrift and Austin Westlake are playing in state finals that afternoon and evening.
Yeah, I watched the game, the Westlake versus North Shore game. Played at Katy. Kind of felt pretty familiar whenever we played that game. But excited for them to be going back was texting Reese Wise, their quarterback. Just congratulating them. Texting Coach Salazar, congratulating them. And I know that there's probably a few coaches on that staff that are going to be a little upset that they won't be able to make this game because it'll definitely be a special one with so many Westlake guys in it. But they're definitely more excited to be playing the state championship game. So just texted them one more to go and go finish the job. But it'll be cool. We got Ian Reed here, another Austin guy, and a couple other Texas guys here. So be definitely pretty special for the whole Westlake community in Central Texas for sure.
The other thing I was going to ask is about how guys like you and Ian Reed and all those other Westlake players, how that what y'all were part of starting the whole Austin revolution with high school football in the Austin area, just kind of rising up past Houston now to where now they're competing with DFW for titles.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool deal, especially with Dallas and Houston definitely kind of being the big cats in Texas for a while. And when I was there, we obviously had a lot of success and started bringing more and more wins to that area. And then now with Vandergrift doing that, and Lake Travis was doing that 10 years ago. So I think that they've been definitely doing that for a while. But it's definitely pretty cool from a smaller city to be doing that.
Let's go now to Andrew Adelson from ESPN. Andrew, go ahead.
And we've obviously asked you a lot about going home, and I can't imagine what those emotions are going to be like when you run out onto the field and maybe a little kid Cade is thinking about, oh wow, how neat is this? But how do you kind of compartmentalize whatever emotions you may have with having this opportunity to play at home, knowing you've got a job to do?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think just taking the field will definitely be a little wild. Just obviously been going to a lot of those games for some games throughout the years, and but it'll be special. But I think that kind of what I was saying earlier, right? You got a job in front of you, and at the end of the day, all the friends that I got on the other side, they want the exact same thing I do, and they want the exact same thing that our team does. So you gotta separate that a little bit at times, and excited to see them after the game, but you gotta realize they want the same thing you do, and you gotta spot the ball and go play. So it doesn't matter where it is, you gotta go play it, and I'll enjoy it a little bit, whenever we head up there and that flight over there. But at the end of the day, you got a task at hand. You gotta go take care of business.
Let's go next to Lakin Littman from Fox Sports. Lakin, go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Cade. Lakin Littman with Fox Sports. Going back to the 2020 state championship game, were there any specific plays or moments that kind of stand out in your memory, or maybe like what the lead-up was like, given that it was Todd versus Riley Dodge and you against Quinn? And also, have you maybe heard from Todd or Riley since this Texas-Clemson matchup was set?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Dodge, and definitely excited for that. And but that was a lot of that was definitely a big game. I remember, it was during COVID, and Ross might need to double check me on this, but I remember hearing that it was the largest attended sporting event of the year in NFL, NBA. Everything in 2020 was our high school state championship game in the country. So that was definitely a really cool game to be able to play. And there's a lot of talk, a lot of noise similar to this, but and just got to go play ball. At the end of the day, it's still another game, and I shouldn't approach this game any differently than I have any other. I might have a little more time on my hands because we're done with school and stuff, but my preparation should look the same in terms of, what I'm doing and how I'm treating practice every day and how I'm treating film every day. And there should be no difference from this week to any other week. Because if I'm treating this week differently, then that means I wasn't giving my all, the other 13 games that we've played. So just got to go, play ball. And the separation is in the preparation, as Coach Swinney likes to play. So just got to get after it this week and make every hour count. But definitely excited to head home, and it'll be cool.
Let's go now to Christella Jones. Christella? Christella, are you with us? All right, we'll go instead to Grace Rayner. Grace, go ahead.
Hi, Cade. Just following up on that, I think Coach Dodge said that you were hurt during that state title game. Just what do you remember about using your legs that night? grinding through that with the stakes so high?
Yeah, we played North Shore the week before, and I tore my right AC joint in like the first quarter, second quarter, something like that. Got to halftime, I thought I broke my collarbone because I'd never had something like this, and then got a shot, and then finished the game. We won. Got home. My brother was like, "Great game!" Came and nailed me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," you know. But yeah, I couldn't even raise my arm on Sunday, and I'm like, "Dang, I gotta go play a state championship game this week." So, you know, I didn't throw the whole week, just because, you know, it's my throwing shoulder, so I didn't throw the whole week. Had Stoney McGuire, my backup, my junior year, pretty much take every rep, and just sat behind him and took every visual rep for the whole week. Just stood behind him and did all the mechanics of everything. And then, you know, by the time that we got to Saturday, you know, we got it shotted up and gritted it out and went and played. But yeah, just kind of fought through it. And I think that's just kind of the team that we were, but also the kind of the player I am is, you know, I'm not going to let an injury kind of stop me from playing that.
We'll take 2-3 more from the room if anybody has any.
Yeah, Cade. You know, Coach Swinney's attitude and maybe positivity, if you want to say, through things. You've heard him say a lot of stuff, but he seems to be able to keep you guys on track and focused even when maybe some of the outside noise is kind of seeping into what you guys do after the Louisville loss, after the Georgia loss, after the South Carolina loss. How important is that kind of consistency from Coach Swinney in keeping you guys on track?
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's the leader of the program, you know, and when crap hits the fan, everybody's going to be looking to someone, whether it's me or Coach Rowley or Coach Swinney at the end of the day. So, you know, it's easy to lead when things are going good, but it's hard to lead when things aren't going good. And I think that the consistency that he brings, like you're saying, to just focus on the people in this facility, right? Not listening to the media, not listening to social media, but just truly listening to the people in the building that know what's really going on, first of all. But, you know, if there's a mistake, what really happened that was the mistake and led to that mistake, and how can we fix it? So just being able to lean on him, and, you know, I think that most of the guys would say that they're the reason that they came here is because of Coach Swinney. So just being able to trust in him, and I got full trust in him, but being able to have a role model like that that's going to bring it every single day, you know, that's tough. It's easy to go hard and bring it every single day, but then some days, you know, you just kind of want to chill out. Well, he never does that. He doesn't have a day off. You know, he's coming to work every single day, and he's got to bring the energy. He's got to bring it, because, you know, there's nights where he doesn't sleep well either. So just to have that kind of consistent leader in our program is huge.
Is it hard not to pay attention to social media and your phone and, you know, friends texting you and saying, "Oh my," you know?
Yeah, there's definitely times that you want to have a flip phone, I would say. And I was definitely thinking about it at times, but you just gotta find a way, you know, having screen time or whatever it is, and you know, I think that having the discipline to have that and having people around you hold you accountable through those times is definitely big. And yeah, and just, you know, focus on the people in here, focus on the people that, you know, listen to the people that really care about you and love you. And you know, Aaron Rodgers had a quote this offseason: never take advice, or never listen to somebody that's, you know, bashing on you or whatever that you wouldn't take advice from, you know. And that's a good one. I didn't say it perfectly, but you kind of know what I'm saying. So just being able to listen to people that really care for you and want the best for you is definitely huge. Having that good circle.
I know your focus is on the playoff and all this, but considering this could be your last game, are you anticipating returning for your senior year?
I don't have an answer for that. Yeah.
We'll try one more time to go to Christella Jones virtually. Christella, you can go ahead if you can.
Hi, yes, thank you. So I just wanted to ask, what are you, I guess, thinking about when it comes to taking on Ewers 4 years ago compared to now? And what are some of the things that you've learned in this season from him that you're hoping to, you know, use to your advantage this coming weekend?
What was the last part of your question? Sorry.
Oh, I just said, what are some things about him this season that you've seen just from studying or just like learning about Texas that you're hoping to use this coming Saturday?
Well, the first part of your question, I couldn't believe that was 4 years ago. That was definitely a while ago. But, Quinn's have a great year, and he's a tremendous quarterback and somebody that, everybody has seen as one of the premier quarterbacks in college football the last couple of years. So, to be able to go face him again, it's going to be really exciting. And I'm excited to just go dap him up and see him, be able to face him again. It's going to be fun. And, I haven't texted him or anything like that, but it'll definitely be fun to see him and Arch and all those guys, and it'll be exciting.
All right, thank you, Cade.
Awesome, thank you.
Joined in just a moment by Blake